Members of the South African National Defence Force have been deployed to parts of the Free State province. Soldiers have been spotted at least 2 malls around Bloemfontein. So far, no incidents of looting have been reported in the Free State. Our reporter Aphumelele Mdlalane is in Bloemfontein right now, and we cross over to her for more. Very good morning to you, Aphumelele. Thanks indeed for joining us. What's happening there? Have you spoken to the residents there to get a sense of how they feel about the Army's presence?
Indeed, Simpiwe, let me just mention, first of all, that it is business as usual here in Bloemfontein, though we are spotting SANDF members here and there deployed just to be ready for any eventuality that can take place. But also, I must mention that residents on the ground, when we're talking to them, they did say to us that they will not be a part of the looting that is happening in KZN as well as Gauteng. We also saw a lot of activity on social media from the people of the Free State saying that they won't be part of what is happening in other provinces, even though there's an indication that even the province might feel a pinch in terms of businesses due to the goods that would be interrupted here and there. Like we did understand that the N3 in Harrismith, which is a national road whereby the trucks would be moving to the economy in Harrismith for goods. For now, it's interrupted to what is happening in KZN. So we might also feel the pinch here in the Free State, given the fact that also the Free State is centralized in the country. All people are, when driving to Johannesburg, when driving to Eastern Cape, when driving to the Northern Cape, you pass the Free State. But for now, all I can say is that it's business as usual, and we don't see in these shopping centers, we don't really see long queues being formed. It's just those ones that are going to the banks for now. But for now, there's no challenges, I must indicate that. And also, we saw a call of unity also from the alliance in the province, from the ANC, from the SACP, the Sanko and Kosatu, saying that they're condemning all the lawlessness and the criminal acts that are happening. But they're saying that also they should be ready for all the eventualities that might take place. They will be meeting with the civic society, business people, just to understand in terms of economy, where will this lead, the challenges that might be confronted by business people. And also the shutdown leaders. We must understand that here in few months ago we had a shutdown here in Bloemfontein where businesses were interrupted, the taxi industry, schooling, and they released a statement, the concerned citizens of Mangaung, saying that they are condemning all the acts that are happening, and no individual in the Free State in Bloemfontein should take part of looting. They should rather protect what they have. I must indicate that in the location of Bloemfontein, there are there are areas that would see shopping centers, there are malls. This is where we have spotted the SANDF members just making rounds. But for now, it is calm, it is business as usual. We haven't had any reports or threats of or attempts of people wanting to form part of what has been happening. Rather, we've been hearing stories and also calls to say we should be unified, and all these acts, if there is someone who is seeing something that is unfamiliar, must report to the law enforcers. But for now, I must indicate that it's business as usual, even though business people, they might feel a pinch at some point, given that all the goods that are supposed to be transported here from the KZN would be interrupted by the ongoing unrest that is happening.
Aphumelele, there's been fears that the continued lawlessness and criminality that's experienced in Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal might spill over to the other provinces. You just mentioned that it is business as usual in Bloemfontein, and I can actually tell from the background that it is indeed business as usual. But in terms of the mood, what is the general mood of residents of Bloemfontein? Is it as despondent as we see in Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal?
For now, I can say that there's no people on the ground, like especially like like Gauteng, where we would see that those people unifying on the ground, protecting malls. I would say it's because for now there is maybe no indication of threats. That is why we wouldn't see these people who are making calls on social media as to say no to looting are already on the ground trying to protect the property. But I would say the mood for now is okay. It's as usual as when things are normal. So I would say it's normal for now. And talking to residents, hearing their side of the story, they are still saying they are not in support of what is happening. However, if anything can happen, of course, they would be on the ground just to try and make sure that they assist or help law enforcers to contain anything that can happen. But for now, like I did mention, that in 3 malls now that we've went to, we saw that it is business as usual. And there is no maybe people that are saying that they are a bit scared of what might happen, but we see solidarity, all people echoing one call to say that this shouldn't happen in the Free State. They will protect their Free State, they will protect all businesses that are around, because already they felt a pinch when there was a shutdown that went for about 3 to 4 days here in Mangaung, and especially businesses, people where they of course still picking up their pieces and try to continue from where they left business-wise, because we know that if businesses are affected, it quite takes some it takes some time for them to recover economically, because others, they are not even insured, especially in the locations.
Yeah, it is indeed, a huge blow to the business community, Aphumelele, more especially because some of the foreign investors that have been affected by this, some of them won't even consider rebuilding the ruins that have been perpetrated by the lawlessness. They will opt for leaving South Africa and reinvest somewhere. And then the big question is, what about the jobs that have been lost? I mean, the looters might have started using the goods that have looted maybe for the next few days or few weeks, but what after? What about the jobs that will be lost?
You are right, Simpiwe, there, because now the important part is to see the aftermath, what happens then, because the looters, especially those who are going for food, the food will finish, but there will be high unemployment rate. I think that here in the Free State, that's the unity call is because they already know that there's high unemployment rate, and given the series of violent protests that we've seen in the province, resulting to the frustrations by youth and also in terms of service delivery, have already put the Free State to the ground. So you can imagine when this happens, the lawlessness happens all across the province, given that we've already seen a lot of violent protests that have been taking place. This would, of course, result to high unemployment rate, as well as some industries just packing their bags and leaving, because we must know that other businesses that are here in Bloemfontein, here in the Free State, it's international business, so they would go if they see that there is no economy anymore. Instead, high unemployment rate, of course, would make the investors to run away and go where it's better.
All right, Aphumelele Mdlalane, thank you so much for your update.